All right, let's get to Abuja. We have another perspective as well. Ajuri.
Thank you, Chamberlain. Welcome back to Abuja. Standing by with me is Honorable E.J. Agbonayinma, a member of the House of Representatives and a member of the ruling All Progressives Congress. You're welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you for having me, and thank you. Good morning to our viewers out there.
Okay, so now there's a lot to get into. We've heard a lot about the interaction that took place between United States President Donald Trump and President Muhammadu Buhari. I want to start from this headline that we're seeing on the papers this morning about the U.S. being concerned about the killing of Christians in Nigeria. I know I was opportune to have watched the entire press conference. I know that President Trump didn't just mention Christians, he also mentioned killing of Muslims as well as a concern of his. Can you talk a little bit about what your assessment is of the overall visit?
Well, for me, I think without being sentimental, without playing politics of hatred, I want to put it this way, that President Buhari was at his best. I must appreciate that. I was proud to be in Nigeria watching his submission yesterday. And some of my friends who were watching it together were saying, "Oh, Honorable EJ, do you think this is the real Buhari speaking?" And I just laughed. I said, don't make mockery out of this president today. Has shown to the world that he's able, he's capable. And just looking at these are the same person people used to wish that he was dead, he was in coma. But I am happy that God is the ultimate for giving him an opportunity to present himself as a true Nigerian who cares for the well-being of the country, of Nigerian people, because for me, I believe that it's going to require a collective effort of every Nigerian. President Buhari cannot solve the problem alone. Like I have said often on this platform, that seeing a crime be committed and refusing to report the scene of that crime to the nearest law enforcement agency, you are as guilty as the man or woman who committed the crime. So all of us must put our hands together, our head, because I've often said that two good heads are better than one. But to buttress my point, I want to say that I'm just appealing to Nigerians. This is our own country, our great nation. I believe that something good can come out of this country. Let us not bastardize, try to whip sentiment. When somebody have done well, appreciate that person. Yeah, there are some areas that we should do, far better. Yes. But on this issue, let us not politicize it.
Honorable member, let me come in here. I want to get your take on this specific issue of this notion. You read some of the newspaper headlines and you'll see Trump to Buhari, stop killing of Christians now. There's a portrayal of the conversation that took place yesterday that some people don't think is quite accurate. In your view, do you believe that is an accurate portrayal of what happened yesterday?
Well, what I can tell you here, Mr. Ajiri, is that Mr. President Donald Trump of the United States of America, at least he did mention, that the killing of Christians and Muslims are not accepted, that he's going to join hands with Mr. President Buhari to fight this Islamic State of West Africa that is coming around to terrorize the African nation. So it is a fight for that everybody should join hands together. Not to now try to, script it that, Buhari said that President Donald Trump is saying to Buhari that he's killing, Christians. No, that is not what was said. Why are we trying to change, his submission report that everybody watched? So, but I am sad, Look, let's be fair to this country. Let us not put Nigeria in bad light. Other countries all over the world that are worse than Nigeria, let's put hands together. APC, PDP, Afghan Labour. Even though if you don't belong to any political party, you are in Nigeria. Let's pray for this country once and for all. Let's do things right so that Nigeria can be among the leading nations instead of trying to blackmail to give somebody a bad name. That is not what President Donald Trump portrayal or even his submission yesterday. You watched it. Every Nigerian all over the world, people watched it. I can see Mr. President coming out firmly, answering every question posed to him. Come on, come on.
Honorable Member, you're the chairman of the House Committee on U.S.-Nigeria Relations. And you know there has been quite a furor that has been raised over this issue of the purchase of the 12 Super Tucano A-29 fighter jets from the U.S. government. And I want to ask you, there's been this talk that the federal legislature has not been given adequate notice, particularly in writing. And I want to know at what level of engagement did you have as a chairman of that very strategic committee in terms of the purchase of these jets?
Well, first of all, let me thank the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Honorable Yakubu Dogara, for his commitment, try to bring everybody together to make Nigeria a better country, especially the 359, including me, totally 360 members of the House of Representatives, working together. But however the case might be, you know, Nigeria is a wonderful country where things are done without recourse, following the rule of law. But I will say this. From 1999, we had a former president, Obasanjo, who at the time went to SS crude account, collected millions of dollars and billions of naira without recourse to National Assembly, which is illegal. Former President Late Yaradua and then Vice President Jonathan, they did the same thing. Again, when President Jonathan, former President Jonathan, you could recall how they used private jet to load dollars, millions of dollars, loaded to, flying the money to South Africa just to purchase arms. At the end of the day, that money got seized by the South African government. Up to today, nobody spoke about it. But I am not saying that we should live on illegality. But what I'm saying is that, for me, I look at this as something that has been going on. People just believe that it is their right to do that. Because National Assembly are saddled with the responsibility to appropriate, and you cannot spend money that is not appropriated for. So, and again, coming back on the issue of the purchase of the 12, Tucano, aircraft, the A-29, but I'm going to tell you that it was a genuine error, genuine error, genuine fault on the side of Mr. President Buhari. Why am I saying this? I'm not holding brief for you. I'm not his special advisor either. But I'm saying this because at the time, the United States government have refused to sell arms to Nigeria. Far back, they refused. And Nigeria have tried to buy arms from various countries. The United States stopped it. So now we were left without nothing. And thank God that Mr. President Buhari, because of his personality, the way that is the foreigner portray him, that is a man of integrity, and did not approve to sell arms to Nigerian government. Well, and this time now, he now went to the same SS crude account, took money to pay, because there's time limit on that issue. But what they should have done, what they did not do, we have the defense minister, we have Senator Itaena, and another former House of Rep, who should be able to educate Mr. President. Look, even though those other former presidents have refused to report to National Assembly, you do the same. But they did not do that, yes. And unfortunately, it happened. But I am appealing to Nigeria, especially to my colleagues.
Yes, honourable member.
Yes, something went wrong.
Let me ask you. We've heard different things from your party, the All Progressives Congress, about the purchase. Yeah. Some have said that this was an exercise in the doctrine of necessity. You're saying that it's a genuine error. If you listen to the Senior Special Assistant on National Assembly Matters, Itaenang, he says that, well, look, this is just a matter of the president not really making a mistake. He's just exercising his powers. We have different takes. I'm going to get your response when we come back from this short break.
Thank you.
Our viewers, please do stay with us.